Have you ever felt like you were empty of everything, like there was nothing left inside of you? While this may seem like a negative feeling, it can actually be the gateway to something truly profound. In our lives, we are constantly bombarded with concepts and ideas about ourselves and the people around us. We are taught to acquire more possessions, climb higher on the ladder of success, and become someone who is remembered long after we are gone. Many of us spend our lives trying to figure out who we are, what our purpose is, and how we can make a meaningful impact in the world. We create an identity, a persona that we project to the world, and operate from this position of ego. As you navigate through this world, you may have noticed the weight of society's expectations upon you. You are taught to always strive for more, and in this constant striving, it can be easy to lose sight of what truly matters in life. But what if I told you that there is another way? What if I told you that the key to true happiness and freedom lies in being empty? Emptiness does not imply non-existence or a state of nothingness. Rather, it is a perspective that transcends our ordinary and limited way of perceiving the world. In this view, everything is interconnected and contains the whole cosmos, but is empty only of a separate and inherent existence, or self-nature. It boils down to the simple truth that everything is intricately connected to everything else. Everything is filled with the presence of everything else, but nothing possesses a separate existence. This interconnectedness is the nature and the essence of emptiness. Being empty means letting go of all the concepts and beliefs that we have about ourselves and others. It means being completely present in the moment, without any intention or agenda. It is in this emptiness that you will find the true source of your power and your presence. When you are empty, free from the constraints of programs, time frames, and the limitations of the mind, you open yourself to the boundless possibilities of the eternal moment of now. This state of emptiness is a gateway to tapping into the life force and creative energy that perpetually exists, yet often eludes our awareness as we become entangled in the narratives of our egos. Embracing this emptiness is akin to relinquishing the hold of the ego, allowing us to connect with the timeless presence. In this state, intuition flourishes, spontaneity emerges, and our actions align with a natural flow. Our mind contains an image of who we think we are and how we should be. But this game of developing a persona, an identity, is highly overrated. In true seeing, we don't need these constructs. We don't need the historical and hysterical being that we have constructed in our minds. There is a part of us that sees through all of that and recognizes our true nature. It's not that we become like fools when we let go of our minds, but rather we realize that our minds and identities are constructs that can limit us. However, it's important to note that the mind can also be a powerful tool for creativity and expression, but we should be aware of its limitations and not let it define who we are. This realization of no ego, no identity, and being no one can be scary because it challenges our preconceived notions of who we are and our place in the world. It can feel like we are losing our sense of self and our familiar ground. However, when we approach this realization from the heart, we can recognize that our true self is not tied to our ego or identity. When we let go of these constructs, we can experience a sense of freedom and release from the pressures and fears that come with them. Contrary to what we have been taught, we don't need a plan or strategy for every situation in our lives. When we trust in the power of emptiness, we can allow ourselves to be guided by our true selves. We can let go of control and fear and surrender to the flow of life. In a culture that values knowledge and technique above all else, it may seem counterintuitive to suggest that the key to happiness lies in letting go of everything you know. But consider this: when you are full of concepts and ideas, you are weighed down by the limitations of your own mind. You are trapped by your own preconceptions and biases, unable to see the world in all of its complexity and beauty. However, when you cultivate emptiness, you become free. You can perceive the world as it truly is, without any filters or barriers, and access a deep well of intuition and spontaneity that is always present within you, yet often obscured by the noise of your thoughts. The true nature of ourselves is expansive, harmonious, and right. It's a self-taste that we can enjoy, and it allows us to be open to things that we cannot know with our minds. There is a knowingness here, a natural rightness that doesn't need explanation or justification. Likewise, the ancient Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu viewed emptiness as possessing great power. According to him, words and concepts could not fully capture the true essence of the universe and its mysteries. For Lao Tzu, embracing emptiness meant connecting with the natural state of being and allowing the Tao, the way of nature, to lead one towards balance and harmony in life. He considered emptiness as the origin of all things, a path to genuine fulfillment and peace. Similarly, the Persian poet and mystic Rumi also believed in the transformative power of emptiness. For Rumi, emptiness is not a negative state of being, but rather a way to connect with the divine. By letting go of worries and thoughts, one can open oneself up to the vast, awe-inspiring expanse of the universe, where one can feel a deep sense of peace and connectedness to all things. By releasing the ego and attachments, one can connect with the divine source and experience the ultimate truth and beauty of the universe. So how do you cultivate this emptiness? The first step is to simply let go of all of the concepts that you have about yourself and others. Allow yourself to be empty, to be free of all of the expectations that you and others have placed upon you. Let yourself simply rise to the occasion, without any preconceived notions of what you should or should not do. It may seem daunting to let go of everything that you know, to step out into the unknown without any safety net to catch you. But the truth is that you are already in the unknown, whether you realize it or not. Life is constantly changing and evolving, and the only way to truly thrive is to embrace this change with an open heart and a clear mind. While the mind may struggle with this truth, the heart knows that when we let go of the idea of who we think we are, the pressures and fears that accompany that identity vanish. Do not fear the unknown or the blank slate that may seem to come with letting go. You will still have memories and familiarity with you, but now you can operate from the heart instead of the mind. You no longer have to operate from the position of your identity. You can now tap into a higher consciousness that allows you to see beyond it. Just like a seed that grows into a beautiful and fruitful plant, we are born with the potential to become anything we want to be. When we are born, we come into the world with a blank slate, free from preconceptions, beliefs, or concepts about the world. This emptiness allows us to experience life in its purest form and learn from our experiences without the filter of preconceived ideas. The mind will always try to hold you back. When you say yes to your true self, it exposes the fear hidden within you. This fear has been draining your power, and it needs to come to the surface to be exposed. It may feel uncomfortable, but it's being brought up, not created. We need to bear this momentary fear and allow the clear space of being to emerge. Out of this self-recognition, surrender takes place. Hand over your existence entirely to this seeing, to this adventure, an exploration into the true nature of oneself. Don't hold back, and don't let the mind give you excuses to say that it's not the right time. Trust yourself, and welcome the burning sensation of transformation that comes with it. Allow yourself to be guided by the wisdom of your heart, rather than the limitations of your mind. Trust in the power of the universe to guide you on your journey, and know that you are always exactly where you are meant to be. When you cultivate this emptiness within yourself, life becomes an endless adventure, full of joy, love, and peace. You can navigate even the most difficult situations with grace and ease, knowing that you are always supported.